Chapter 91, Bodhisattva. You, Lord Foch. As far as I'm perceiving this memory, I don't see anything related to me yet, I asked. It is related, very directly related, because this is the starting point of your mission. It's the origin of the promise you and your friends made to the Buddha in front of all the higher beings, and in front of God. Lord Foch replied. I don't understand. If you know more, can you tell me everything? I said. Be patient. I want to tell you everything at once, but your perception system is still based on time, and your human world is still limited by space. So, to make you understand any story, I have to gradually arrange it for you to perceive step by step, all right? From now on, it will be the story of you and your friends, Lord Foch began. It is in the Buddha's later life that your mission and the important events that will happen in another 2,500 years, or your present time, are connected. Lord Foch began to explain. Have you ever wondered why, even though you are known as an enlightened one who has attained the highest state of Dharma, one who has the power to control the mind after death, to be in any state you want, to escape the Earth's magnetic field without having to be reborn? Why do you still have to be reborn as you in this present lifetime? Lord Foch began by asking a question. That's true. If you hadn't invited me to get to know my past self, I wouldn't have known who I was, what state I had attained, and most importantly, that I had lived in the same era as the Buddha. Can you tell me why? I asked. Because starting from the lifetime you were born as a kid, you will have a new status called Bodhisattva, Lord Foch replied. The Bodhisattva you mentioned before, like Bodhisattva, Guanyin, or Bodhisattva with 1,000 hands. Something like that, right? Why do you say I have the status of a Bodhisattva? Is there any connection? I continued to ask. All that you mentioned is the status of you all, Lord Foch replied. What do you mean? I asked. Be patient. As I told you from the beginning, most of the stories in history, or legends that you have heard have only 1 to 2% of the truth remaining. Do you remember? He said. I remember. I'm just curious about what the Buddha, especially Bodhisattva, Guanyin, or the Bodhisattva with 1,000 hands, has to do with me, I observed. First, I want to explain the meaning of the word Bodhisattva for you to understand. This word consists of 2 words, Bodhi and Sattva. These 2 words have completely different meanings. Bodhi means enlightened, knowing, liberated, pure, clean, free, etc. Sattva means residing in the world, performing duties, not free, etc. And when these 2 words are combined, they have a new meaning that you have chosen to be in at this moment. You have attained the highest truth. You have known what a human liberated from the cycle of rebirth should know. You are pure and clean, free from any outstanding issues. You are free in spirit. But you choose to remain in the cycle of rebirth on this earth. You choose to return to wallow in the piles of suffering and defilements on earth again. Why did I choose to do that? I asked immediately. Only you know the answer to that best. I only know that not many people choose to do this, because those who choose this must sacrifice themselves, plunging into the filth for a long time, waiting for the appropriate time, Lord Foch explained. What is the appropriate time? I asked. In the Buddha's time, even though the world had begun to turn to decay, meaning there were a large number of people who did not know who they were, where they came from, why they came, and did not know how to return to where they came from. The social conditions were still exploitative, with class divisions of kings, rulers, Brahmin, priests, ascetics, spiritual leaders, doctors and laborers, slaves and workers. There was violence and warfare to seize territory. But the energy and physical levels of the world at that time were still not so bad. The crises that occurred were not very severe. The environment had not decayed to the point of collapse, and the Buddha's mission could achieve the goals he had set. Spending 45 years diligently carrying out this mission, from morning to night, without a single day off, until he could liberate hundreds of thousands, even millions of people from ignorance. And one of those who could be liberated from ignorance was you and your friends. But for your intention, it is actually the same intention as the Buddha's. You want to awaken people from their slumber, to tell them the method of accessing knowledge from the universe, to correct the misunderstandings that tend to recur in every era. But because the time you have to come to operate is the time of the ultimate decay, the most dangerous time, the time when the world is traveling to the brink of the abyss. Because at this time, almost everyone who is responsible for driving the world is releasing the energy opposite to what the world needs most. The physical environment is full of pollution, chemicals, impurities, technological waste, filled with various strange frequency waves, causing the severe perversion of natural mechanisms. The world is therefore severely unbalanced, and on the verge of the greatest catastrophe, like never before. That is, the Earth's crust is collapsing violently, due to the lack of positive frequency waves to react with pure oxygen atoms, causing an explosion and driving the Earth's surface for too long, causing the Earth's axis to flip back and forth. There are earthquakes and volcanic eruptions on an unprecedented scale. The sky around the world will be covered with volcanic ash, so thick that light cannot penetrate. Animals, plants, and humans will die in large numbers to the point of extinction. When that time comes, when the world is devoid of living things, the world will no longer be able to rotate normally. When the world cannot rotate normally, the rotation system of the solar system will have problems, because the Earth, which is like the origin of energy, experiences severe imbalance. This will cause great chaos. The rotation system of the entire universe will move in an abnormal direction. There will be collisions between stars and galaxies, and the axis of the universe, or the black hole, will be deflected, causing everything to be sucked in, instead of a balanced rotation. And this is the end of the universe. Oh, will it really be like that? I asked. It will definitely be like that if no one does anything. And I and the higher beings throughout the universe cannot let that happen, because that would mean the extinction of all life throughout the universe. Therefore, your mission this time is very important. Important at the universal level, and it will coincide with both space and time, Lord Foch said. How is my mission related to space and time? I asked immediately,